Following some blowout subscriber numbers for Netflix this earnings season, investors are looking to see what the legacy media companies will say about their growth prospects. Joining us now to talk about that and his media industry predictions for 2023, Rich Greenfield, co-founder of Lightshed Partners. I told everybody, under 200, you don't need to know anything about the stock market. If something goes from 700, that's that ubiquitous, like Netflix, it goes to $160. You knew that was a buy, Rich, for Netflix, didn't you?
Look, there was a real crisis of confidence, not just for Netflix, but really for the entire concept of streaming. I think most investors last year looking at Netflix and then looking at each of the media companies, legacy companies losing billions, there was sort of a belief that it was over, like that, hey, you're investing in streaming, but if the goal is Netflix, that goal doesn't look so exciting. Well, all of a sudden, within 12 months, they're generating $3 billion of free cash flow. Subs are reaccelerating, revenues reaccelerating. And so I think the question now is all of these legacy companies, Joe, that you were just sort of talking about in the intro, they all started to pull back and focus on profitability. The question is now, what do they do? Because they're not really in a position to get to the scale like Netflix. They're losing a lot of money. Do they keep going with streaming? Or do they start to raise the white flag and give up? And I think that's going to be the big question of 2023 for all of these companies.
It's like anything, though, Rich. We talk in absolute terms, and it's somewhere in the middle probably. And, Disney's up 20% or more in the last couple of weeks. Comcast is up more than 20%, probably 30%. It bottomed a little bit earlier, I guess, than Disney. So all these, I don't know, the demise of these companies is always greatly exaggerated. Question is now, is Netflix a buy here? Is Disney a buy here? Is Comcast a buy here?
I think one of the big questions for Disney is Iger's been back for what? This is week 9, I think, Joe. Nobody, literally, there's nobody other than Bob Iger that knows what the plan is. Are they selling Hulu? Buying Hulu from Comcast? Do they want to? Is ESPN and sports streaming core? Is it a family service, meaning just Disney family, sort of Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm? Do they want to be everything? Like they had this big show, The Dropout, and I think we've talked about The Bear on your air before. They've got some great shows on Hulu, but how important is that sort of non-Disney franchise content? We're all waiting for, in a couple of weeks to hear what is Iger's plan. I think he's got to make some very big decisions. First and foremost, is sports core? And is it a family company, or are they going to try to be everything like Netflix? Those two key decisions are critical to what happens for Disney over the next couple of years. And he's got to get animation back on track. I mean, Universal, if you think about what Universal Studios has done in animation over the last couple of years relative to Disney's been crushed animation-wise, and that's just a big problem.